Hi everybody and welcome to Gardens and Crystals, and today we are going to be repotting this one Calathea plant that I bought recently. It's got a beautiful silvery green variegated colour. I was going to just put this in one pot, but I decided that no, I love to split up plants and get more. So out of this one pot, I want to be able to pot up two different plant pots, and that way put them in two different rooms and see what happens. So we're just going to get to it basically and take this plant out of its pot. I can see it's got many different plants in the one pot. It's got a great root system. It's not root bound, so it's actually, yeah, it's quite nice looking, and it will probably be easy to just get in there. But you know what? The same way as I do with many other plants, I'm just going to decide where I want to cut it into two. So I look in between, put my knife in and cut down the middle. Gently. So, done. Okay, so let's see what we got now. Look at that, guys. Two plants. 1, 2, just like that. So that just shows you can go out, you'll find one plant like this, and like most of these plants, you know, every single stalk you see is basically a new plant. This can be, I could cut this into 6 different plants if I wanted to, if I was careful. It will take a bit of time to bounce back because now I've really stressed it. I've cut up its roots, I've pulled it out of its pot, and the plant is already stressed. It's already brown around the edges and not looking its best. I mean, I got it in the clearance sale, so I just wanted to show that you can get a clearance sale plant and bring it back and give it a second chance. So, but not just a second chance, get more plants out of it, get more for your money. So right, so now we've got our 2 plants. I'm just going to move this to the side so I can put the first pot up on the side to plant the first plant in. So lay them down so that nothing happens to them in the meantime. And so the first pot I have actually is an absolutely, and I mean absolutely beautiful marble pot that I bought in China when I was there. Look at this. Can you see that? It's got so much detail, beautiful brown colours all the way around, lots of detail, so much to see. Oh, full of energy, and actually it's been sitting out here in the sun, so it's really warm, and just holding it, I feel so good. Getting sidetracked again. Just feels so nice. It's so warm. It's just attracted all the heat, the sun's energy, and now it's giving all that energy to me, and it's going to give all that energy to this plant. Now this is a plant that really likes the heat. This is a plant that comes from tropical rainforests, so it grows on the forest floor under the canopy of lots of taller trees, so it's never in direct light. It likes very little light and it likes a lot of shade. And underneath the leaf, it's absolutely beautiful. If I could turn it around now that I've cut it apart, if I turn it around, you can see all these leaves are purple underneath, completely different colour. What a wonderful plant. So let's get that planted up. These are also a plant that like moist conditions. The soil needs to be kept moist. Don't ever let it dry out. The leaves will just dry out just like that if you do that. Moist conditions. So again, if you can miss the plant, miss the plant. Where's my soil? The soil's over there. Put the soil in the bottom of the pot. this soil has got a lot of plant material in it, which is perfect. It's like the bottom of the forest, you know, you will get a lot of leaves falling down. So there's a lot of natural soil. I'll press it down a little bit, too much though. The kind of conditions that this plant needs. I just need to test. Now look at this pot, the colour matches perfectly with this plant. It's absolutely wonderful. And this plant is amazing because during the day the leaves come out and they lay flat like this, and at night the leaves move and they move upwards. That's why this plant is also called the prayer plant, because the leaves come up into a kind of prayer position. So, and they move such an extreme amount, you know, that you really see your plant moving around. It's quite interesting. I mean, you're not going to see it like this, doing it in front of your face, but as the day goes along, as the light shifts during the day, the leaves move position, and you can see it very clearly compared to many other plants that stay in the same position for the most part, you know. So now we put this part in there, I can start putting more soil around the edge of it. Now when you replant a plant like this, it really does stress it out. But I've done that like tenfold, because I just cut it in half, cut its root ball in half. So this plant is going to be really, really stressed for a while. So later on today, I'm probably expecting this maybe to wilt a little bit, look a little bit more sad. Sadder than it was when I bought it in the sales department. But you know what? I got this whole plant knocked down from 90 Swedish kroners to 30 Swedish kroners, and out of that was for one plant pot. Out of that I've got two. Now I've got one plant and it fits this pot perfectly. I mean, it doesn't look too small or anything, it's absolutely perfect. And then I have a whole plant for another pot, and we'll see what happens with them both. So more soil around the edge, and again I need to make sure that I don't put too much up to the edge, top edge, as I always do. To make sure there's enough, because this plant does need water, so I need to make sure that it's going to be able to get that water it needs without the water be having to worry about the water running over the edges, so I don't give it enough. I need to make sure that this plant gets plenty of water all the time. I really am liking this colour coordination. It's like it's brightened up the plant already, because they're both very much the same browns and greys and whites and blacks, and yeah, it just looks really, really nice. So there you go. So that is that plant planted. I love it. And you know what would be really nice with this plant now? Beautiful milky quartz rocks that I've found when I've been out walking in nature myself. Very calming, beautiful, protective energy. Just place those around like that. Look at that. Then you have your gardens and crystals combination in one, see? And I could put more around later. There you go, look at that. What a beautiful plant. So that's the first one planted. I'm going to plant the second one. Oh, this has just got so much energy in it, in this marble pot. So warm, loving it. Okay, well, before I plant the other one up, I'll just give this one a watering in. Get all that soil from the middle out of the way, and then onto the crystal, so that the crystal energy gets spread into the soil too, to help the plant rejuvenate itself and become the beautiful self it should be. See? I've got the water over the edge straight away. Lovely. So nice when you can go to the clearance section and get a plant like this. Look how beautiful that looks. And save a lot of money and get two plants out of it. It just makes me feel good just pouring the water on. feels like the plant's saying, oh, thank you, thank you. It's just what I needed. New soil with new nutrients, water, crystal energy, and a perfect spot to make it feel very, very happy. So that was the first one. Just got the second one to do now. Completely, that's the turquoise pot that I have a turquoise pot to put it in, so we'll just move this one. So now I have this beautiful turquoise pot, and we'll see if the colour matches with this pot as well. So just a little bit of soil in the bottom. It's already got some soil in it. And then the second half of the plant, lift it over, put it in. Also looks nice in turquoise. That's fine. So, soil around the edge, making sure that I don't overfill it. There we go. Oh, I'm getting soil everywhere. You know, I'm going to have to come out and hoover the whole of my terraced area out here. Oh, just getting my fingers in the soil like this is just so nice every time. This pot is also a pot I got when I was in Beijing. It's very beautiful. It's so nice when you travel around and you can bring nice pots home for your plants from different countries, so they have energy from different places in them. So, see how this plant does in this pot. Just a little tiny bit more so, because I'm sure that when I start watering it, it's going to sink a little bit. There you go. Right, now I'm ready to water this plant too. And then find it a really nice shady spot so that these plants don't get stressed, because they really, really do not like direct sunlight in any way. The water of life. Just tidy up that middle bit there. And there you have it. One more beautiful pot. So now I can show you the one half of the plant that I bought, the Calathea plant, in this beautiful turquoise pot, and the other half of the same plant in this pot. And look, two really nice big plants that I got out of one for 30 Swedish krona. So now I need to find two beautiful spots in our apartment to put these in and watch them grow and become much more healthier. So when you go out, please remember, look in the sales section. You can find some wonderful plants. You can bring them home, you can split and divide them, get more plants out of them and nourish them back to life. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.